What's going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a great day, and the day has finally come. Halloween Ends has been released on Peacock and in the movie theaters. So, if your preferred viewing experience is to be cram packed in a theater like sardines with a bunch of morons that can't shut the fuck up or they can't turn their phones off, and what I mean is you'd be sitting in the theater watching a film, and there'd be, especially a horror film, and it would be like a quiet, atmospheric, but tense scene, and the tension's building, and it's building, and it's building. And then off to the left, you hear, "Carry on my wayward son." It's happened to me before. Several times. And with that exact song as well. So if that's your preferred viewing experience, go to the theater and see Halloween Ends. If your preferred viewing experience is to be on your living room couch watching it on your big 75-inch TV, have it there, or be curled up in bed after having sex with the missus and deciding to watch a spooky movie, Peacock is your preferred viewing experience. Now, I want to go ahead and give you guys kind of my background on the Halloween franchise. That this is a very important franchise to me, and I really rediscovered that upon my last rewatch of this franchise. This was my probably my second favorite franchise behind Star Wars when I was a kid, Halloween. And the newest one at the time was Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I just gobbled up everything that had Michael Myers in it, whether it had been the good ones like 1 and H2O and 2 and 4, or it had been some of the worst ones like 5, 6, Resurrection, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I just gobbled up as much Michael Myers stuff as I could. And then when I got older, my late teens, I remember walking in a Walmart with a couple buddies of mine, and we're walking down the movie section in Walmart, and I see they got this Halloween box set, and I'm like, it's like $20, $30. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I haven't watched those old Halloween movies in a while. And once I got past Halloween 1, which has always been one of the greatest horror movies ever made, I was like, oh my god, these movies are fucking shit. And some of them are kind of crappy, but upon my latest rewatch of this franchise, I've really rediscovered my love for these films, and I now remember why these films were important to me. And I think they'll always be important to me, every single one of them, to an extent. There's a caveat there, but yeah, very, very important franchise to me. But I'm not necessarily counting the Blumhouse films in that. Halloween 2018 to me was not a good movie. It was very bland, very boring, very overrated film. I was so pumped for that film. You guys remember, my subscribers, you remember how pumped I was for that. And I was just ultimately disappointed. There were some good things in it. The Mask, James Jude Courtney, Laurie Strode. I liked Andy Matichek. The music. That's all good in 2018. But I think mostly it's a horrible movie. Halloween Kills managed to impress me and make a movie that's worse than Halloween 2018. Halloween Kills, to me, for the longest time, the worst in the franchise to me was Resurrection. Halloween Kills is worse than Resurrection, to me, personally. Halloween Kills is a terrible, directionless mess of a film. And it is complete shit. But upon rewatch, there were some things I actually enjoyed more. I enjoyed more of the James Jude Courtney Michael Myers. He's fucking great. He's fantastic. It's just the rest of that movie, that the first 15 minutes of Halloween Kills is actually all right. It's pretty cool. Up to, I think, when you get past even past that, you get past the old couple scene, it's not very good. So, Halloween Ends was definitely a highly anticipated film. And this is not a formal movie review. I don't do formal movie reviews. I'm just talking with you guys about it, discussing it. And there will be spoilers I will put in the title. But Halloween Ends was definitely one that was anticipated by horror fans, casual movie fans, hardcore fans of the Halloween franchise. But there are a lot of people that were really scared of this movie. And well, I was definitely not very optimistic about this movie at all. I did not anticipate this. I even contemplated not seeing this film just because I was just absolutely dreading this movie. I dreaded this fucking movie. And, you know, I can't get over how much I was dreading this film. Everything I was hearing, my excitement was never there. And any chance of me being excited was gone when I started hearing Corey Cunningham. This movie's weird. It's Christine-esque, Lost Boy-esque. It's My Bodyguard-esque. And I was really weirded out by the whole My Bodyguard thing because I actually own that movie. And it's a really good movie. But I was just like, I don't know what they're thinking. What the fuck are they thinking with this Halloween Ends? And holy crap, it 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 was just building up inside of me. I almost thought that I was gonna at some point end up having a peptic ulcer or something over this. It was just it was so worrisome. So I've seen Halloween Ends, and you guys are probably biting your nails like, oh my god, what does he think? I liked the film. You think I'm joking? No, I liked the film. I liked Halloween Ends. I'm not joking. Did I think it was great? No. Did I think it was? Did I have problems with it? Oh yeah, definitely. And I can imagine after I said I liked it, I can imagine you guys just like your jaws hitting the floor. Um, it's not one of my favorites in the franchise by any means, but I did like the film. And what the film is about Laurie 4 years after Halloween 2018 and ends, or kills, excuse me. She's writing this memoir, and you also have this stuff with this Corey Cunningham guy who's accused of killing a kid, and there's this love story between him and Allison, and Corey's going down this really dark path, and Corey comes in contact with Michael Myers down in the storm sewer, and that kind of unleashes this freaking cascade of violence, as it states in the synopsis. And I really enjoyed the movie based on the fact that I liked Corey Cunningham. This was a character I was absolutely dreading. But he's acted really well by Rohan Campbell. Props to you, dude. If you see this man, dude, you're something special, dude. I see you going places. I really liked the character of Corey Cunningham a lot. I really related to Corey Cunningham. I felt like, let me tell you a story. So, Corey Cunningham goes through a lot of bullying because he is accused of killing this child that he was babysitting on Halloween night in 2019. And he is bullied by this one group of fucking kids. One of them looks normal. And this one guy has a mohawk, like not a mohawk, a fucking mullet or something. It looks fucking stupid. And the entire time they've had several confrontations in the film. I'm sorry, I stutter sometimes. There were times where I was actually saying, "Come on, Corey, punch these motherfuckers in the face." And I felt that because I've been in those shoes before. I'm gonna tell you a story. So when I was, man, it's been years ago now. I think I was in the 5th or the 6th grade when this happened. So I became friends with, I kind of took this autistic kid under my wing. This kid with like lower functioning autism. Like he was, no, I shouldn't say lower functioning. He was definitely higher functioning, but he was really hyper. And he had a very like off-putting to a lot of people personality, right? and I kind of took him under my wing. And there's this group of bullies, I'm not going to name them, but they actually bullied him and bullied him and bullied him. And I ended up sticking up for him one day, and that unleashed this cascade of fucking, like, homophobic, like, they actually went on their fucking parents' computer and made, like, this website about me and him being homosexual. And bear in mind, we're like 10, 11 years old. And I was so humiliated for myself and so humiliated for this kid that I was friends with. And I did everything I could. I went to the principal. He of course he was one of those like old redneck fucking good old boy Hicks. I know that's like almost like a racial slur to Hicks, but I don't really care. They were like, boys will be boys, and of course, he was gone the next year, so that was really, really, really good. But it's just that whole time I've had confrontations like that with bullies, times where I've just wanted to hit them as fucking hard as I could, and I was cheering for Corey in this film. Hit the motherfucker. That one fucking little pansy piece of shrimp shit. The one that wears the freaking jock vest, the jock jacket. I was just like, dude, hit him, come on, Corey. Like, this guy's 18, you're like 21, 22, 23 years old. You should be able to whoop his ass. And I understand why Corey wouldn't. It's not the right thing to do. And Corey's not inherently a bad guy. But I understand they were going for the whole evil transformation when he stares into Michael's eyes. But it almost to me felt more like he's treated like shit by the town, he's an outcast and whatnot, and it's almost like, alright, well, you know what, I've gone through so many fucking years of this, that if you guys are going to continuously poke at me, then I'm just going to go ahead and live up to my reputation. And he does. And he finds Michael, and him and Michael kind of form this, I guess, tag team partnership for a little bit. And I thought that was cool. I thought that would be something cool to do, is team up with Michael Myers. That would be fucking cool. Not in real life, I mean in a movie. And I know that probably rubbed a lot of the fans the wrong way, and I can understand. And you might think, as a purist, like, why would I enjoy something like this? It's because I'm tired of the same shit that we got in 2018 in Kills. I wanted to see something different, something fresh. And I'm going to go ahead and say, I don't think this trilogy works as a trilogy, but I'm judging this as its own piece of work. And some freaking fanboy got mad at me for doing that with Kills, saying, well, you should just judge it as its own piece of art, and that's not, I guess, not what I was doing. He got pissed off at me about it, and I'm sure that's the same kind of person that would come in and get pissed off at me for judging this as its own piece of art just because they didn't like it, which, whatever. But yeah, I really enjoyed the character of Corey Cunningham, and I enjoyed the love story as well. I'm kind of a sucker for these like cheesy love stories and whatnot, and I think Attack of the Clones, which is my second favorite Star Wars movie. Oh God, I'm not even gonna get into that. That movie, along with the film, a film that I love that people don't seem to like, I Am Number 4. Those kind of love stories, I'm a little bit of a sucker for. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, definitely desensitized by Attack of the Clones and I Am Number 4. Definitely desensitized to cheesy love stories. So I'm a big sucker for those. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was sweet, it was cute, it was fun to me. I liked it. It was interesting. And I really liked that Corey really, I felt like he truly genuinely, I meant to say genuinely, I'm sorry, I'm just like, I'm kind of still, in a way, processing it, so I'm kind of mixing my words up a little bit here. This is kind of like my first initial thoughts. I feel like he genuinely was enamored and infatuated with Allison, and he even, spoiler, I've already warned you guys anyway, He even goes and kills Dr. Mathis, who treats Allison like shit, which Allison works as a nurse, and Dr. Mathis is this doctor that she works under, and he's a fucking douche. He's a douche canoe. He is a total fucking asswipe of a person and curses at her and just treats her like he's a piece of shit. And I guess Corey, what he does is goes and gets Michael. He's already at this point asking Michael to show him how to kill. And Corey and Michael team up and kill Dr. Mathis and this one chick that I guess was Allison's friend, but Allison didn't really care for her all that much. But she was going over there to fuck Dr. Mathis. That's how she got the promotion at the hospital, which I know for a fact that that's actually a real thing in hospitals. Trust me. They go and kill them, and I feel like that was Corey just trying to kill people that wronged Allison. And it almost reminded me of Anakin Skywalker, who killed for Padme. He went and killed kids for Padme. That's what it kind of reminded me of. I don't know why. It just did. But, yeah. And then Corey, he starts killing the bullies that he got into a fight with. They beat him up and threw him off a bridge. And that's how initially Corey got in contact with Michael. But he goes and kills them. And, I don't think I was prepared for this, man. It was a lot to take in. And the scene at the beginning scene, even that scene I thought was fucking fantastic. I was just, one thing that actually did kind of bother me about the opening scene, spoiler alert, there's a child that's killed. And okay, this is what happens. He goes over at the beginning of the film and he's babysitting, and I guess he's mowed lawns for this family in the past. And this kid's a fucking brat. I'm sorry. This kid is a brat. I really didn't give a shit that this kid died. I was shocked that they showed it, and it was fucking brutal, man. Like, holy shit. I didn't think they would have the balls to take it that far. I will commend David Gordon Green for this film. I've shit all over him. I shit on him for 2018 and Kills. But you know what, David? You grew a set of balls. And I will give you your credit. But here's the thing, anyway, back to the point. This is what kind of bothered me a little bit. So, he's locked in the room. Okay? He's locked in this room. The kid is playing a joke on him. He stood outside taunting him. He locks Corey in a room. Corey is kicking the living fucking shit out of this wooden door. And I'm sure this door looks like it's a very heavy door. I don't know what kind of wood it was made out of. I don't know. But he's kicking the fuck out of this door. And when the door flings open, it knocks the kid off the banister. And he falls 3 stories. And just goes splat on the fucking floor. And the parents, are there and they find it. And they think Corey did it because Corey's standing at the top of the banister with a knife. What I thought was weird was that he had to have flung that door open incredibly hard because he is kicking the fucking hell out of this door. So when the fucking door flings open and smacks the kid, considering that the kid is like this tall. So like I'm this tall. The kid is probably like here to me. And the fucking banister, the banister comes up to Corey's like right up here in his upper abdomen. And I think me and Corey are around the same size. This kid goes, are you telling me that he went fight, like it shot him up in the air and he fucking flew and got thrown over the fucking banister? Like, to me that seems more like he'd fucking, the door would fling open and he'd fucking fly and fucking crash through the banister. Not over the banister. Like, I figured he'd just go flying through the banister and then him fucking hit the floor. But no, he goes over the banister and doesn't smash right through the that was a little weird. And then, of course, you got Corey stood up there with the knife. The parents think he did it. What have you done? What have you done? And, that's fucking heartbreaking, man. As much as that kid was a little shithead, no parent should ever have to bury their child. But what I I was very impressed with the character of Corey Cunningham. But another thing I was really impressed by was Jamie Lee Curtis. Now, Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, is responsible for kind of killing the franchise. Me and Everyday Horror actually agree on that. You know, her and David Gordon Green and whatnot are, to me, kind of killing the franchise. But I know that's kind of weird for somebody that actually liked Halloween Ends. But from an acting perspective, I thought she knocked it out of the park with this film. She was so good. Absolutely brilliant. She really she's a different person now. She's trying to move on from the trauma of Halloween Kills in Halloween 2018. And I know the trauma is kind of like a big buzzword in this new trilogy, and I'm not gonna try to overuse it, but she's different. It's nice to see her happy for a short period of time in the movie. When I say she's happy, I mean she's happy. She's decorating the house for Halloween. She's baking pumpkin pies. She's happily shopping at grocery stores. Yeah, stuff like that. Not like she's happy like she's at fucking Dollywood on roller coasters going, woo, you know, like nothing like that. It was just really nice to see, and there's this nice little moment in the grocery store between her and Officer Hawkins. And I really enjoyed that moment. I thought that that was a nice, sweet moment. And then she comes out, and it's just, there's this lady out here waiting for her, asking her, "Hey, what'd you buy in the store? Do you remember my sister?" And over here is her sister, who's the lady that had the fluorescent light bulb wedged in her throat. And I thought, no, you had a fucking fluorescent light bulb just wedged into your fucking throat. Fucking exited out the other side, fully penetrated her neck, and she fucking left there bleeding out for hours. And I look over, I'm like, no, you're dead. And that's what this trilogy likes to do. They like to, like with Hawkins, he was clearly dead in Halloween 2018, and he's now alive in Halloween Kills. Just like here, this lady died in Halloween Kills. She died. But now she's alive. It's almost like Finn in The Last Jedi, where he clearly died in The Force Awakens. And then, instead of him being dead, he just, like, he's laying in this freaking cell tube, whatever the fuck it was, and he just wakes up. Like, that's what that reminded me of. He just wakes up. But, I can look past that. It's such an interesting choice to bring her back. I guess I understand what they were doing. They wanted to show you how the town was affected by Michael Myers, but that to me may have been a little too much, because at the beginning they already showed you how the town, like, you had random people fucking going out and committing suicide just because they were scared of Michael Myers. That's how much the town was getting to them, or how much Michael Myers was getting to them. So I thought that was a little excessive to bring back a character that completely fucking she was dead. I'm sorry, she was dead. What else? The score was really good. But I want to talk about things now. What else did I like? I liked the kills. The kills were good. The blowtorch kill to the mouth. Oh, I felt that was painful. Unfortunately, Michael Myers was not the one that committed that crime. That was Corey Cunningham. As at some point, Corey does take the mask off of Michael. He gets into a wrestling match with him, which I'm going to get into that with my negatives. But that's how he got in the mask, and then he goes and he kills the bullies. He kills his abusive mother. He kills, who else? The radio guy, which that was pretty gnarly too. He bashes the dude's head in, and then he fucking cuts his tongue off with a pair of scissors. Yeah, it was pretty brutal. What else? Oh, he also, the cop, Michael actually killed the cop. But, yeah, I really did like the whole Corey Cunningham thing. There was a lot of things I like. I thought that this movie was really atmospheric, too. It was more intimate. It was a lot more quiet. It was I thought that that's what they promised us that it was going to be. It was going to be something quiet and intimate, and I wish these people would stop texting me. And that's kind of what I felt like it was. It was a lot more quiet. And I was relatively impressed with the film. But let's get into the things I didn't like. Now, that being the way they utilized Michael Myers. Not a fan of it at all. I kind of felt, I get it, Michael's kind of on his last leg. I get what they were going for, but you know, at the same time, we're talking about the boogeyman. And this guy freaking wiped out a fucking squad of firefighters, and he wiped out a fucking militia of people. Just like that. And just because he's camped out in the sewer for a couple of years and doesn't... I don't understand why they did that. They should have made Michael... They should have made him equally as effective as he was in 2018 in kills. So, I mean, he was out there fucking flinging around those strong firefighters and as well as the fucking mob. It's just like, why? It's not like he's... I mean, maybe he is getting old and he's dying. I don't know. Like, they didn't really go into that too much. They don't understand. Like, I thought what they were going to do was, like, say... The more he killed, they were going to feed more into the thing from kills. The more he kills, the more he transcends. The more he builds up, he builds strength through kills, through committing murder. And they didn't really, I thought that that's what they were going to do. And they didn't. And I was a little bit let down on that. I was let down in that department. But, you know, I guess another thing I didn't really like in this movie was the final fight. It's not that I didn't like the final fight. I thought the final fight was fine. It's just it was over way too quick. And I don't think Michael got enough good hits in. Because Jamie Lee kind of controls the fight. There's a couple times where Michael does kind of, you know, he gets a couple good hits in, but not enough. It wasn't as much of a close contest as it was in 2018. But I did like the fight. There should have been more, and there wasn't. And I just think the ending where they threw him in the freaking grinder, whatever the fuck that thing's called, I'm not sure. He's dead. He's definitively dead. The problem I have with that ending is that it's almost like the ending was in a way that would imply that the whole movie was revolving around Laurie and Michael, and it wasn't. It was revolving around Corey. And then Michael kind of just shows up, hey, I'm Michael Myers, I'm going to fight for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to lose. And then get thrown. He has like this big ceremonious death. And I don't feel like that was really earned, if that makes sense. One more thing I didn't really like in this movie at all was the wrestling match that I was talking about earlier. It didn't feel natural. It just kind of felt like some contrived way to get the mask. It was a plot contrivance to get the mask in Corey's hands. Well, basically, he comes fucking... he comes strutting up on his bike, crawls down in the sewer. You see Michael stood there. He's just kind of... And then Corey just kind of goes up, you have something I need, and he shoves him, and then Michael throws him on the ground. He gets back up and tries to go for a double leg takedown, and it's just... You're watching it through the fucking... the sewer pipe, and it's just them fucking running back and forth across the screen, wrestling, and then Corey ends up fucking taking Michael to the ground and taking his mask off of him. And to me, that just felt like an incredibly contrived way to get the mask off of Michael and into Corey's hands. That didn't ring true to me. But overall, I liked Halloween Ends. I have no shame in admitting it. This is a very divisive film. Very divisive film. Now, I'm not going to be out there screaming at people who didn't like it. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And we need to, as a society, quickly realize that this is my opinion. I didn't think the movie was great. I thought it was much better than 2018 and even better than Kills. This is my favorite in the Blumhouse trilogy. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the little discussion. Let me know what you guys thought of Halloween Ends down in the comments. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I know most of you are probably going to say you hate it. And no, I don't hate the movie. I hate Halloween Kills. I do not hate Halloween Ends at all. I liked it. Okay? I know it's going to be hard for you guys to believe, but I liked it. But yeah, that's it. That's it for this video for now. Maybe my opinion will change a couple months down the road. I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'm out. Peace.